Good afternoon and welcome to East Brunswick High School as EBTV presents East Brunswick High School Bears athletics action. Today, boys volleyball versus Piscataway. I'm Ken Saroka along with boys assistant coach Charlie Ginex. And Charlie, the Bears are 12-2 going into this game, and it's against a slightly weaker team, Piscataway, 2 wins, 7 losses. Is there a possibility that the Bears could be looking a little bit ahead on the schedule?
Well, I think in any sport where you play a team that has a record that's not quite as good as yours, there's the expectation you come into the game that you could have a little bit of a letdown. But as long as we come in, do the things we're supposed to do, play good defense, we should come out with a fairly quick victory.
As you and Coach Greg Rutz look at this team, is it where it should be? Has it overachieved, or is it maybe a little underachieving from your point of view?
Right now, coming into the season, we lost a lot of talent last year to graduation. We had high expectations. We've won the last 2 state titles. But just like the way volleyball is in East Brunswick, we expect to be in the state finals every year. So at this point in the season, I'd say we're pretty happy with where we are. We've shown a lot of improvement over the last month. Kids are getting better on a daily basis. Just last weekend, we beat 3 teams that were undefeated in one day. So I'd say right now we're pretty happy with where we are.
And who should we look for today as we view this game?
I think, well, we have one of the best middles in the state, if not the best middle in the state. That's Tommy Kohler, otherwise known as TK. Dan Sipkowski is one of the best outside hitters. He plays left side for us, number 5. Everything really is controlled and run by our leader on the court, who's Brad Kern. He's a senior. He's our setter. He's number 27. So I think those 3 are pretty much our key players to look for today.
Now, we associate volleyball with California and beach and it's kind of a relaxed atmosphere. How does a team in central New Jersey, which has been only formed, I guess, in the last maybe 8-9 years, rise and dominate as much as it has?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the 2 gentlemen that started the program, TJ Locke and Scott Arnauer, who started the program years ago. Really, the 2 men they're very passionate about the game. They know what they're doing. They started a great program, got the kids involved, got the kids to really become passionate about the sport. And it's been a carryover effect. And our head coach that's come in and taken over 5 years ago, Greg Rutz, is just as passionate. He knows just as much, if not more, about the game. He's basically gone on to become a scholar of the game. He's always wanting to become smarter, to be able to teach the kids more and better methods for playing volleyball. We're firm believers in hard work, and really it's just a carryover that every year the kids want to get better. They bring the freshmen up, the sophomores up. There's no distinction between what year you are. Because of that, you know, the methods that we go about doing things, everything just carries over from a year-to-year basis.
You mentioned that East Brunswick is the 2-time defending state champion. 5 out of the last 6 years East Brunswick has won the title. Is there this expectation that it's either state title or else?
I would say it's suffice it to say we're not happy unless we're in the state finals. And our goal this year is to win a 6th state title, which would be unprecedented in New Jersey. Nobody has ever won 6 state titles.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment with all the action of today's match, the Bears against Piscataway. And we are back here at East Brunswick High School for today's volleyball match between the Chiefs of Piscataway and the Bears of East Brunswick. East Brunswick coming in 12-2. Charlie, you mentioned that you played 3 matches in one day.
Just this past Saturday, we went to a quadrangular match with Clifton, who at the time was ranked 3rd in the state and undefeated, number 5 Eastern, who was also undefeated, and number 7 Livingston. And we played all three teams in one day. We played a match at 10, 1 at 10, 12, and 1 at 2.
And won all 3?
And won all 3. Livingston took us to 3 games. It was a good match, though. They're a good team, and came through in the end with the 3rd game.
Okay, our starting lineup for the Bears.
We're going to have number 27, Brad Kern, is a senior. He'll be our setter. Number 5, Dan Sipkowski, will be playing outside hitter, left side. Number 9, Eric Corpus, is a sophomore. He'll be the other left side outside hitter. Number 29, Tommy Kohler, will be our middle blocker. And number 26, Maciej Wajkowski, will be our defensive specialist in the back row. And Alon Gitlin will be playing opposite hitter, defensive back row for, I believe, Mike Minchella, who is a senior and will be playing front row opposite hitter right side.
Okay, and the scoring is a little different than maybe what you've seen in the past. I'm just, when did they change the scoring from the side out and serving and then getting your points on serve? When did they change that?
This is the 2nd full year that we've gone to the rally score format.
Which is 25, first 25 win by 2?
First 25 win by 2 with no cap. No cap for points.
And it looks like we're going to have Piscataway serving first.
Piscataway will start us off with the serve, and the Bears will be in a defensive serve-receive format.
Bears in the green uniforms, white shorts. Piscataway white with black shorts. Out. 1 point for Piscataway.
A little bit of miscommunication on the court there for the Bears.
Now, does each player on the defensive receiving side have a set zone area that they are responsible for?
More or less, they have their area they're supposed to cover, and then things will change from time to time depending on how kids are playing and whatnot. If somebody wants to step up and take a pass, they're more than willing to do so. They can do that.
2-1 Piscataway. Elon Gitlin, number 4, serving. Four hits, 1 point.
Brad Kern, our setter, going up for the dump on that play, just tried to push it a little bit too straight down on that one.
But it is a tip.
On that particular play, for example, Tommy Kohler swung and hit off the block and went out of bounds, so that would be our point.
So the score is 3-2.
3-2 in favor of Piscataway.
Now it's 3-3. Scoreboard. Yep, now they're fixing it. So Eric Corpus now serving. Nice. A little celebration there. And what was that, a little movement, I guess?
It's a little, it's an out of rotation call on Piscataway. I believe the setter was probably moving before he was able to. Forced him to be out of rotation.
5-3 East Brunswick. Skying high.
Dan did a good job of trying to hit that ball out away from the blocker. Swung out, did a good job on that one.
I noticed East Brunswick has a noticeable size advantage here. 6-4 now as that serve goes out. Serve will be Piscataway's. Nice. And substitution here. Now the substitutions we've seen that there situational substitutions.
Absolutely. For example, right here, Brian O'Sullivan, number 6, is a senior, just came in to play front row for Maciej Bajkowski. And
we have a.
We had both officials call a net violation. One called it on Piscataway, the other one called it against East Brunswick, so we'll have a redo.
Ooh, nice serve. A lot of spin on that one to drive it down like that.
That's the top spin jump serve from Tommy Kohler. The ball will drop quickly.
7-5 East Brunswick. And for Piscataway, Pedro Castaneto checks in. Just out. 9 for 3. That's Kevin McNaughton checking back in for Gabriel Rubio. That must be a vicious being on the receiving end of something like that hit.
It's an interesting experience. You get used to it when you play a lot, but the first time you step up there and see a ball coming at you, it is a little scary.
Brad Kern, the serve. Out. Eric Corpus made a vain effort at it, but it went through his hands. Fortunately, it did because it went out.
I believe there might have been, I think there was a touch on the block, though, so that one's going to go to Piscataway.
Okay, so that was touched the net. 9-7 Bears. Ooh, miscommunication there between Mike Minchella, 22, and Eric Corpus.
We talked a little bit pregame about having a letdown, and right now I think that's just a little bit what we're seeing. We're seeing some miscommunication, and that play right there is what in the volleyball world is known as a tandem, where the middle comes in real hard, draws the block, and then somebody comes through on the second attack to put the ball down without a block.
Now you would sometimes fake that as you did there, but sometimes have that middle guy hit.
Absolutely.
Keep everybody honest. Out.
That play will work more often when you are successful in running the middle, because then the middle on the other team defensively is really keying on your offensive middle. Second guy comes through with no block, and it almost always will be successful.
Lamont Pinion checks in for Piscataway. Ooh. 10-10. Coach Rutz yelling defense first. Corpus drives that one into the net.
Look a little bit out of sync right now, East Brunswick does.
11-10 Piscataway. Ooh. Again, a deflection hit off of Piscataway, number 11, Ryan Buchea. 26 for the Bears. That's, how do you say his first name?
It's Mike. But his Polish name actually is Maciej, which is what we usually call him. He prefers Maciej.
Maciej Pikowski. Serving now. Now, was that substitution deliberately because of you put him in to serve in that spot, and the person who he replaced was not a good server?
That's part of it, and he'll also play the whole back row for these 3 rotations here because of his defensive ability.
Saw the ball twice in that particular point bounce off the rafters. The rafters are in play. It's part of the ground rules here, I guess, the low ceilings. 12-11 East Brunswick, game 1 of our match here against Piscataway. That right between Bykowski and Dan Semkowski. 12-12.
That play right there looked very simple for Eric Corpus to get the swing, but that all started with number 29, Tommy Kohler, in the middle. Being as successful as he is in the middle, he's able to draw the block and get Eric a single block on the outside.
Ilan Gitlin to serve. Ooh, and a block, but it goes out. 13-13. Talk about the different types of serves as you see them, Charlie, the different kinds and styles of serves and the purpose of the serve.
Well, that serve right there is just a traditional float serve. Float serve, you try to hit the ball as flat as you can. Similar to a knuckleball in baseball, the ball will move all over the place. The air takes it and just pushes it. It's very tough to pass. And we have
14-14. And now we have a timeout on the floor. Coach Rutz calls timeout, and we have him mic'd up, so let's go to Coach Greg Rutz.
We didn't get to kind of sit around the way we normally do, okay? You guys need to step back out on the floor, focus on what's going on, take one play at a time, okay, and play 10 times better than you're playing right now. Because everything we're doing is slow motion, half-ass, okay? And it's that way because you don't respect them, okay? And these are the kind of matches you're going to lose because you're not stepping on the floor and playing the way you should. All right, let's step back out on the floor, treat this like a Joe's game, and blow them away. All right, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Let's go, Bears. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3, Bears.
It's getting to the point. I mean,
I'd have to agree with everything he said, too. He's right.
And next week on the schedule, Wednesday, St. Joe's.
St. Joe's in this gym.
Yep, and we will be here to cover that game on EBTV. But hopefully you can come out in person to see it. Nice. Eric Corpus serving for the Bears at 15-14.
Not many teams in the state that can defend that attack from Tommy Kohler.
Hit right into the net. Number 19, Dan Yao for Piscataway, 16-14. Good save. Oh. The block was there, but nobody could locate the ball. 17-15, sorry, there was a correction on the score from the previous point. Backpedaling there for Piscataway, number 5, Romel Gutierrez.
Simkowski swinging line on that one, put the ball right down the line. Piscataway couldn't handle it. (19-15). We had a jump serve there, wow. And for Piscataway, Ryan Bachea could not handle it. Now, what kind of action can you get on that jump serve? Well, more often than not, you're just going to see a lot of topspin on the ball. The ball's going to come over the net and drop very rapidly. And if you don't see it, every day in practice, it is a tough thing to pass. There's no doubt about it.
Step it up, but step in. If we double on your side, step towards the double, okay? Make sure we stay a little bit wider against the middle attack, all right? DS, make sure we play a little bit deeper and go away from the double. All right, let's go out there again. Let's go, come on, let's go. Let's get louder, let's go.
Pretty good use of a timeout there by Coach Rutz the first time. The team rattles off a nice little run there. East Brunswick up 20-15, game 1 of a best of 3. What gets a team on the receiver and defensive side running around like that, where there are these big gaps?
It's basically a bad pass usually, more often than not. Everything starts with a good pass in this game. That's good communication by Piscataway to call that out. (21-16), East Brunswick. Now, is that a separate ground rule that above the net that's out, or? Basically what the rule states is if the ball hits anything in the ceiling or in the rafters and goes over the net, then it would be a dead ball and it would automatically be a side out.
You see all the Piscataway defenders right cramped together there, running around and leaving that gap right there in the back row.
Not a formation we want to see our kids doing in defense, that's for sure, but we'll take advantage of it on the offensive end.
Little gap there in the East Brunswick defense as Piscataway scores the point, 23-17. 24-17, game point.
And everything right now is starting to click for the Bears a little bit. The passing is really what's helping us out here. The ball control is phenomenal right now.
So into the net, and not happy with himself there is Dan Semkowski.
Danny's an emotional player. There's no doubt about it. He's not happy with himself, and he's not playing well, but
and that is game one. You'll see the players will switch sides along with the coaching staff and take on game two. Charlie, when you look at the state championships that East Brunswick has won, and we don't have a feeder program here. It's not like the soccer clubs that feed into our great high school soccer program. You don't have the Blackhawks lacrosse team to feed into. Where do we draw our athletes? Where do we draw our volleyball players from?
Well, I think at this point there's a few things that factor into it. One of them is just the fact that our program is so successful. So we are lucky to get very good athletes out for the team every year. That's a big part of it. The second thing is, as we talked about in pregame, our kids are just very passionate. There are clubs throughout the state, many of them half hour, 45 minutes, over an hour away, where they will travel on a regular basis throughout the year, fall and winter months. And then more importantly, one of the most important things they could possibly do, and they do often, is get to the beach and play in the summer. It's really one of the best things they can do because they're playing 2-on-2, and they're learning how to do everything on the court. If they can do it on the beach, it translates to everything slows down on the court, and I think that has a lot to do with it.
All right, let's listen in on Coach Rutz.
Listen, we've started out slow against every time we've seen them. We can't afford that. All right, so let's step back on the floor. Let's focus on what we do. Pass, set, and swing. All right, middles, when you're going up against them, let's block a 2-ball, not a 1-ball. All right, let's block the 2, and let's get here. All right, that kid right there, 8, is that 6, 8, 9? All right, the one without glasses, the middle without the glasses, always swings to our left. So you want to just block them like this, just double them like this. You go like this, have the outside go like this, you're going to win it every time. Don't block them straight up. Just take away your left side. All right, the guy with the glasses, just block him like you would a normal middle. All right, everybody else, same thing. When outside are swinging, let's be late on our blocks. Don't be early, be late, because everything they do is late, delayed. It's a 4-ball plus a delay. All right, so let's go out there, let's be late, penetrate late, and you got a lot of block. Let's go.
Go.
All right, Charlie, for the novices here, including myself, Coach Rutz talked about a 2-ball and a 1-ball. Can you explain that?
Well, basically a 2-ball and a 1-ball, it's how high the setter's going to put the ball off the net, over the net. A 1-ball would be one of those real quick attacks where we see our middle come through, and he basically goes up with the ball. He's jumping up as it's leaving the setter's hands, and he's going with the ball and just puts it down real quick. A 2-ball would be a ball that's a little bit higher, a couple feet higher above the net, and it's a slower attack. And basically what Coach Rutz was saying to the team is he sees them running a lot of 2-balls, and we're up early because we're used to seeing a lot of 1-balls in the middle. So he wants them to slow down a little bit and just trying to wait on the block.
Okay, great explanation. Game 2 of a best-of-3. East Brunswick wins the first game. Quick, this rally scoring system certainly goes quick. I've been to the volleyball matches that have gone on forever, it seems, because nobody can seem to win on serve, and it just drags out forever. I guess that was one of the reasons why they wanted to make this a little more fan-friendly.
Fan-friendly. I think it's a quicker game. It's a little bit more exciting because everything counts now. In the old side-out system, if we had a bad serve, it wasn't the end of the world because we lost the serve, but we didn't lose a point. Now everything counts, in other words, so we have to serve aggressively still, but yet everything is just as important. We serve a ball into the net, we're giving up a point. So it's a different type of game, but it's just as exciting. In fact, I think it's more exciting.
Again, we'll be back here next Wednesday, the 11th, to tape the East Brunswick St. Joe's game. Check your local listings on EBTV for the details. East Brunswick to serve. Maciej Bajkowski with the serve. It just drops in there nicely. Into the net, tied at 1 now.
It's a tough call. I saw Maciej look over to Coach Rutz for a signal. He wanted him to serve that ball short, just a little bit too short.
That ball looked like it was going out. Number 3 for Piscataway.
And we have a net violation on Alon Gitlin there.
Ah, okay. So the point goes to Piscataway. (2-1) Piscataway. Eric Corpus drives it right in, finds the gap.
Eric does a great job of seeing the court when he's up in the air. He really kind of picks his spots, puts the ball where he wants to put it.
Right. Now, what do you call that when you have like that third hit and it's pretty much a giveaway? Is there a special term for that?
A free ball.
Free ball.
It's known as a free ball. We try not to give free balls. We try to get them.
3-2 Piscataway. A dunk shot there.
Everything started with the good pass, though. That's one of the things that makes us so successful is our ball control. Our passing is phenomenal. We're able to run everybody on the court anywhere we want to, basically.
Eric Corpus serving. Nice little drop. Just dropped that right in there. 4-3 Piscataway. Again, kind of a slow start here for the Bears in the second game.
Hopefully they'll snap out of this and start playing a little better soon enough.
Good save. Piscataway on a little run, getting a little motion. Now up 5-3. And that one heads in the direction of the girls' locker room. For the Bears, number 6, Brian O'Sullivan checks back in. Tom Kohler to serve, drops it right in.
That's what I was talking about earlier with that jump serve dropping. If you're not used to that, as soon as it comes off his hand, it looks like it's going out of bounds, and then that topspin will bring it right down.
5-5, our score. Net is in play on serves.
Net is in play. That's known as a let serve. That's also something they brought into play last year for the first time. Internationally, it's been played that way for a number of years, but New Jersey has brought that into high school play as well.
Mike Minchella will check in for the Bears, replacing Alon Gitlin. That's a
double contact or a lift there from Piscataway after a great dig on Dan Sapkowski.
basically his hands are not even and it goes off one, then goes off another before going up.
Exactly.
Okay. Getting expert analysis here. Charlie is our boys assistant coach. Oh, and Brian O'Sullivan.
Trying to be a little bit too aggressive on that one.
8-7 Bears. Game 2 of a best of 3. Bears winning the first game. Not exactly in convincing fashion, but putting it away when they had to. Now, as a coach, would you want, coming down the end stretch here of the season, to have really tough matches, or more matches like against lesser opponents where you could try out different things, different people, combinations?
More or less, you probably want a little bit of both, but overall, I'd say we'd probably want to play more tougher matches coming down the stretch to the state tournament. We do have a number of tough matches coming up. So that should bode well for us going into the States.
Jake Dombrowski, number 3, checks in for the Bears.
Nice swing, Jake.
10-7, East Brunswick. High into the rafters. Deflection, point East Brunswick. Powerful serve and the spin coming off of it. Yep, Simkowski puts that one into the net. Multiple substitutions here for Piscataway. Number 3, Gabriel Rubio. Number 16, Trevor Weaver. Check back in.
Both teams trading service errors for points there.
19 coming in for the Bears. Mike Wagenblast checking in. A little, more faces coming in here, different faces coming in for the Bears. That was a free ball there.
Good cover by Simkowski. And almost getting to that one.
13-9, East Brunswick. Power, Mike Minchella. Driving it home. Elon Gitlin will check in for a very happy and smiling Mike Minchella. You mentioned the teams that you played in that one-day tournament that were state ranked. Are there any local teams, aside from the St. Joe's rivalry, but I mean local teams that would also make a good run at the States?
Well, JP Stevens is actually ranked 9th in the state right now. They've moved up as the year's gone on, gotten better really on a weekly basis. And they're a team to contend with in the GMC tournament, at least, that's for sure. Other than that, nobody from the GMC that I see really being a factor in the state tournament. But we do have some other local teams that could make a run from outside the county.
Timeout called by Piscataway, down 15-9. Let's listen in on Coach Rutz.
A little shaking. Get one more good swing, and I'm going to bring Felix in for you. All right? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, don't wait 5 or 6 points and then do it. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3, Bears.
I think the reference there was what he's going to give the starters, I guess, like a little one more break or one more round through and then start substituting.
Hey, I think Dan Simkowski, who really doesn't come out too often, he's going to give him a rest and get somebody a chance to swing in some balls a little bit. But just a little bit of a joke. He told him not to wait too long to get that one good swing.
Elon Gitlin will serve for the Bears. Elon, a junior here.
And that ball went outside the antenna, so it'll be a point for the Bears.
Nice. See the cooperation there, the teamwork there. 17-9 Bears, and that's what we're talking about. Here comes Felix Volland in for Dan Simkowski.
Felix is a junior with a lot of talent. A lot of talent. He should be a player next year.
It's fun to watch them having fun playing. Usually you don't see athletes too emotive out there on the floor because it's either, rubbing it in or it's just not part of the game face, as it were. But it looks like they're having a good time out there.
They are having a good time. I guess when you win, it's a little bit more fun. That's for sure.
18-10. Bears on top. Game 2, having won the first game. What do we call that? A little, this little deception there? Or?
It's a dump. It's known as a dump, basically. That's Brad Kern, our setter's in the front row. He's able to go up and just push the ball down without having to set it. Feels that it's a good opportunity where he's going to catch them off guard, and obviously he did right there.
Jake Dombrowski serving. Looked like for Piscataway, Ryan Bucceau shielded Gabriel Rubio to get to that one, 20-10. Net violation.
Right now, the thing that's hurting Piscataway the most that I'm seeing on the court is their passing. Their passing is just not very good right now, to be honest. They're passing the ball about 12 to 15 feet off the net on average, and it's not really giving their setter any options.
For Piscataway, number 10, Pedro Castaneto serving out. 21-11. Again, more substitutions here for the Bears. Alex Feld, 21. Tom Kohler, 29, comes back in. Oh, a little oops, excuse me, I forgot about it. Ball out. 22-11. (23-11).
Nice float serve by Tom Kohler there. Ball dropping, moving in the air like a knuckleball.
Trevor Weaver checks back in for Piscataway. Kohler once again to serve. That was a lift. We have game and match point here. 24-11, Bears up. Kohler to serve for the match. And it falls in after hitting the air conditioning ducts. And the Bears win the second game 25-11 and win this match 2-0. Charlie, was this really a workout? I mean, the quickness of this game. I mean, can you, as a coach, can you take away from this, learning from it?
Well, there's always something to be learned in every match, whether it's a win or loss. So even though it was a quick match today, I'm sure Coach Rudd saw some things that we need to work on, and I'm sure he'll talk to them in a couple minutes about the things we need to take from this.
Okay, next week, I said, EBTV will be here on Wednesday to cover the St. Joe's match. What other matches do you have between now and then?
This Friday, we'll be traveling to South Brunswick for a varsity JV match. And then I think our next match is that next Wednesday against St. Joe's here in our gym. So that's a good one. Should be a big one. They beat us last time in their gym. That's one of our 2 losses on the year. So a little bit of a revenge factor. Hopefully we'll come into play in that one, and we'll see if we can even the score.
All right. We hope that you can come out in person to see these matches, usually around 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at the gymnasium at East Brunswick High School. If not, you can catch all the action on EBTV. I'd like to thank our EBTV crew for providing all the great technical work here and all the good stuff they do for East Brunswick High School athletics. For Charlie Ginex, I'm Ken Saroka. We'll turn it all over back to the EBTV studios.